Alright friends, here we go. The kit for Ultra Beast Gohan. Like I said in his reveal, tiny bit nervous because 1, Ultra characters are always overpowered. 2, Gohan characters get some favorable treatment in this game. 3, Beast in particular is always designed like the Patrick meme where he's looking under the microscope, and almost everybody else is designed like Patrick with a board nailed to his forehead. They are so precise and so on point with this. I am terrified that this guy is going to be lunatic levels. I'm more worried that he's going to be worse than Ultra Majin Vegeta as like a necessity, as in a if you don't have this guy, you may as well put the game down kind of situation. Ultra Majin Vegeta was the pinnacle of this guy does everything, has everything, and if you don't have him, man, you're in for an uphill climb to win the fight. I'm scared this guy's going to be a worse version of that. Let's go and see if that's the case. This could all just be early Doomsday scenarios and everything is really just undertuned. Who knows? But I highly doubt that. All right. Overwhelm opponents with super high powered single blows. Ultra Son Gohan Beast joins the fight. Strengths. Number 1, fire special beam cannon with the new active gauge. The active gauge will charge whether you're on or off the battlefield. When it's full, use it to activate a devastating special beam cannon. Nullify own unfavorable element factors and nullify enemy endurance effects. The enemy can't avoid it with a cover change or a vanishing step, so use special beam cannon to finish them off. The thing that worries me about this is what category this move falls under. Do you know what I mean? Is this something that can be debuffed? Is this something that, you know, Goku Black's debuff effects can stop? Because I don't know if it falls under, you know, it's not a special move arts, it's not an ultimate arts, it's not an awakened arts, it's not any of those things. So I'm worried that no one has an effect to stop this. There is no swipe away as type neutral. There is no swipe away anything. So that's very worrying. Number 2, activate an Autocounter with the unique gauge. If your unique gauge is at 30% or more and you fulfill certain other conditions, Gohan will activate an Autocounter against enemy forward charging ultimate and awakened arts or rising rush. You'll even deal massive damage to the enemy. So it sounds like you won't be able to stop Majin Vegeta's blue cards. Okay. Number 3, special move arts that deal big damage. Drawing special move arts will boost the damage of special move arts, and when you use them, you can get up to 2 permanent boosts of special move damage inflicted, maintaining the infamous kick. We saw his animation. I think his blue card animation is top tier. Very, very barbaric-like, you know what I mean? From the angle and the effects and everything, easily one of the best looking blue cards in the game. So kudos to them on that. Number 4, ultimate arts that deals damage to all enemies. Like Ultra Majin Vegeta, this character has an ultimate arts that will deal half of the damage inflicted to enemy members on standby. Using the main ability will nullify your unfavorable element factors too. On hit, the health restoration of all enemies will be reduced by 50%, so your opponent won't be able to effectively recover. Go on the offense with Ultra Son Gohan Beast and never stop. No, see, and never stop goes to Vegeta Blue. This sounds like you just ended in one hit. All right, let's see. 14 stars. Plus 5% to ultimate and awakened damage inflicted. So awakened arts is what this falls under, right? It sounds like awakened arts. Okay. Awakened arts is debuffed across the board. So if it counts as an awakened arts, that's good. Plus 5% to ultimate and awakened damage inflicted by hybrids, and 42% to Hybrid Saiyan or Movie Saga base strike and blast attack during battle. Ultra ability is once again the exact same thing. Strike cards. Strike cards have armor, so charge in without the fear of enemy blast darts. You will gain a buff that reduces the enemy's sustained damage cut effects when you land a hit, helping you deal even more damage. Minus 10% to sustained damage cut effects to self for 10 timer counts. Holy crap. This is a big deal. You guys remember Ultra Kid Buu, defense type character? That guy, the reason why he sometimes hit pretty hard was because he was stacking a significant amount of this. He has the exact same effect. He started off with minus 20, stacked up more afterwards. He was dealing a lot of damage. Blast, recover key on activation, cool. Special move, get up to 2 permanent buffs to special move damage inflicted by activating special move arts. If you land one, you'll reduce the enemy's key by 100. Deals massive impact damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation. 15% to special move damage inflicted, activates twice, increases your Dragon Balls by 1. I don't know why they did that, but okay. The following effects occur on hit. Shorten ally sub count by 3 and reduce enemy key by 100 with blast armor when charging forward. Special move arts. Nullify enemy special cover changes when you land a special arts. Good. Plus, you'll draw a special move arts, so combo into special move arts from your special arts. I actually really like the green card. Kind of disrespectful though, like animation-wise, not mechanic-wise. Same thing with the blue. He raises your chin as if to say you're pathetic. You know, for a character that is currently representing, well, I guess it's up for debate, but representing the highest level of power that we know right now, that's so rude. Restores own health by 15% and ki by 50 upon activation. The following effects occur on hit. Draw special move arts next. Activates 3 times. Randomly draw 1 new card if you have 3 or fewer. Apply buff effect, nullify cover change. And inflict the enemy with the downgrade plus 30% to damage inflicted. Ouch. And it's comboable with pretty much everything. Good. Ultimate. Reduce all enemies' health restoration by 50% on hit, plus half of the damage inflicted will be dealt to the enemy members on standby. Deals supreme impact damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation. 40% to all damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Oof. Nullify enemy endurance effects when this character attacks for 3 counts, can be cancelled. Good. The following effects occur on hit. Half the damage will be dealt to enemy members on standby. Inflict all enemies with attribute downgrade minus 50% to health restore. And nullifies blast arts when charging forward. No armor break for me, son. No, no, no. Main ability. Nullify unfavorable element factors and card destruction effects. Combine this ability with the ultimate arts that deal damage to all enemies and get your opponents on the ropes. Draw the ultimate arts card Violet Destruction Kamehameha. Again, who makes these names? Is there a board of directors that has to green light the names of these moves? Have you seen Rosé's move? It's some crazy like heaven splitting destruction spear or something like that. Who comes up with these? Restores own health by 30% and ki by 50. Nullify own unfavorable element factors for 5 counts and applies a buff effect. Nullify enemy destroy card effects. Pretty strong. Just the usual. Notice how he doesn't destroy a card for the ultimate though. That's something you're going to want to keep in mind. That's fine. Alright, here we go. The crazy unique stuff. Ability 1. Get up to 290% to damage inflicted when this character enters the battlefield. To put it into perspective, I think Green Super Saiyan 3 starts at 275? Now keep in mind, this is Gohan without the Ultra ability, so in truth, he's actually at 320%, I assume. You'll also reduce the arts power of all enemy special move arts, so you have great defenses against those arts. Using Strike and Blast arts will slowly build up your damage inflicted and can even nullify enemy cover changes and card destruction effects. Just go on the offense. When this character's health reaches 50% or below, you destroy all your enemies' cards and reduce their ki by 100, putting a stop to their combo. Unless you're a character that can nullify destruction effects or ki reduction. Alright, see what we got here. Applies the following effects to self when the battle starts. 200% damage inflicted, reduce damage received by 70%, reduces impact and pierce damage received by 15%? Wow, okay. This guy, wow, so they just made him the best tank too. Impact and pierce damage, okay. 50% to ki recovery, level 1 card draw speed, minus 5 to strike and blast arts cost. Your standard stuff. I'm more surprised about this because, dude, most defensive characters don't even have something like this. They have it for maybe 10 counts, 15 counts if you're Vegito Blue, but what the hell is this, permanently? The following effects occur when this character enters the field. Randomly draw 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer. Restores own health by 50% and ki by 30. He heals 15% of his health for showing up on the field? He can just do that permanently. What the hell? 15% of his health is so much. He gets 90% damage inflicted. He goes type neutral for damage sustained for 10 counts. and he nullifies own attribute downgrades in normal conditions. That's nuts. Destroys all your enemies' special move arts as well. Inflicts all enemies with minus 40% to special move power for 10 counts. Oh my god, what is this? Applies the following effects to self every time this character uses a Strike or Blast Arts card. Randomly draw one new card when you have 3 or fewer. Activates once. Activation count resets after character switch. Restores unique gauge by 20%. 20% to damage inflicted for 10 counts. So he stacks up damage. Applies buff effect, nullify cover change. So only when he uses it. Okay, not when he lands it. 10 timer counts of nullify cover change and nullify destroy card effects. Damn. He's starting to look like long combo guy. Legends, I was really hoping it wouldn't be. Positive follow effects to self when this character draws a blue card. Restores ki by 30% to blue card damage inflicted for 5 counts. Nullify destroy card effects. Cancel attribute downgrades. The following effects occur every time when hit with an enemy's arts attack while this character is on the field. Restores own health by 3%? Shorten ally subcount by 2? Inflict all enemies with the attribute downgrade plus 10 to all arts costs. Oh my god, Beast Gohan is literally the answer to the long combo meta. When I talked about Vegito Blue, I said the one thing that he was susceptible to was this. Increasing his arts costs. Counter gauges can't stop him, debuff effects can. Green Super Saiyan 3 was the other way in that counter gauges can stop him, but attribute downgrades cannot stop him. Seems like Beast Gohan is intended to be the guy to stop VB. This is nuts though. He's healing 15% for showing up on the field, essentially 85% reduced damage received. He heals 3% every time he gets hit as well, and your opponent's costs just stack up even more. That is such powerful defensive utility and sustain. The following effects occur if own remaining health is 50% or below. Restores own health by 40%, reduce enemy ki by 100, destroy all your enemy's cards, seal enemy special arts, and the sealed arts cannot be used for 10 counts. Wow, sealing enemy special arts is huge. Because, you know, usually if your opponent drop combo greens and whatever, sealing up green cards really strong. Unique ability 2 has a special cover change against strike arts. This character has an auto counter against enemy forward charging ultimate and awaken arts or rising rush, but it doesn't just stop the attack. Your unfavorable element factors will be nullified and you'll deal massive damage. Gohan's biggest feature is the new active gauge mechanic. Fill it up and then use it to unleash a special beam cannon that targets the entire battlefield. When you use this attack, you'll nullify own unfavorable element factors and enemy endurance effects. To top it off, your opponent won't be able to evade it with a vanish step or by changing cover. Special beam cannon is sure to finish the fight. I really hope they read these before they post it. Like, if you read this, you'd be like, just because we can, should we? Should we release something like this? I don't know. Knocks enemy back to long range if a cover change is performed against their strike arts, chainable with the blue. While this character is in one of the following states, if own unique gauge is at 30% or more, consumes entire unique gauge to auto counter enemy forward charging ultimate and awaken arts or rising rush. Activates once. Okay. Auto counter enemy forward charging ultimate. Own unique gauge will disappear after auto counter activates once. Okay, so it stops once, and it's really intended to stop a ultimate forward charging like Masha Vegeta or a rush. It also says awaken arts though, so it is Beast Gohan's special beam cannon counting as an awakened arts? I'm just assuming because of his Z ability. Maybe? I don't know. I think it's a new category. I don't think it's awakened arts anymore. Either way, it counters once. Okay, I guess. I don't know. This is one of those things where I have to tell in-game how crazy it's going to be. Excludes of normal conditions and special states. Own unique gauge will disappear after auto counter activates once. This character's unique gauge decreases while they're on the battlefield and gradually recovers while they're on standby. That's fine. Autocounter will not activate when changing cover if an ability effect is preventing this character from performing special actions that activate when changing cover. So Vegeta Blue, pretty much. Vegeta Blue will stop this. But Vegeta Blue doesn't have an ultimate. Okay. Also... Oh! Aha! This is Rosé's thing. Rosé will allow you to use an ultimate arts. See, I had a feeling his cover change effect was gonna provide value somehow, and I guess the value is going to be in preventing counter gauges that take priority when the opponent cover changes. I think that's what their long-term vision is. Also applies the following effects when auto counter activates and deals massive impact damage. Randomly draw at most 4 new cards when you have 3 or fewer cards, keeping in mind that he gets specific effects if he draws blues. Restore his own key by 50, nullifies own unfavorable element factors for 5 counts, and destroys all your enemy's cards. Damage from this attack cannot cause the enemy to be defeated. Very slowly charges own active gauge over time while this character is on the battlefield or on standby. Very slowly is going to be key here. Like if it's like hits unique gauge where it takes, how many timer counts was it? Was it at 153 you can use it, or was it at 148 or something along those lines? Fine, I guess, but I just don't like the premise of this. Just a guaranteed shot. That seems nuts. Activates a special beam cannon that targets the entire battlefield by tapping the active gauge when full. Applies the following effects to self upon special beam cannon activation. Nullify unfavorable element factors for 5 counts. Nullifies endurance effects. Cancel attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions. The attack cannot be evaded. The attack cannot be cover changed. Resets own active gauge to 0 if special beam cannon misses. If it misses. What scenario would it miss? What scenario would it miss? Probably UG4's unique gauge? That's interesting though. It can miss. Alright. That's fine. The fact that he could fire it off more than once is something I'm surprised about. I didn't think they could. Deal supreme pierce damage on hit. Charges own unique gauge by 5% every time an ally is hit with an enemy's arts attack. Activates 10 times. The following effects occur when an enemy activates an ultimate arts, awaken arts, or rising rush while this character is not defeated. Shorten own subcount by 10, aka allowing him to counter the rush. Cancel enemy attribute upgrades and buff effects, aka he got the Daimagoku effect, meaning people can't rush. Yeah, 2 key things for this, right? Gohan doesn't have level 2 card draw speed anywhere. Nowhere in his kit does he have level 2 card draw speed, so that's one important bit. And 2, I don't know how impactful Special Beam Cannon will be until we try it. Obviously, in 1v1 scenarios where your opponent is low HP and you are low HP, it's going to win you the fight. Kind of like Turles' comeback mechanic. But I'm trying to figure out how impactful this thing will be right away as it's available. We don't know how much damage it's going to do. We also don't know I also don't know how very slow applies to an active gauge. I don't know if it's the same timer counts as a unique gauge, like hits unique gauge, but how quickly this thing shows up, how much damage it deals, and yeah, and Beast not having level 2 card draw speed are key points here. But otherwise, yeah, he's easily a top 4 character in the game. He's probably the best character, but I'm just trying to think about all the scenarios that exist in this game and how Majin Vegeta just has a better grip on them, right? You got an AoE green, 2 timer council lock-in, more cards guaranteed, plenty of combo potential. Like, I'm trying to imagine, there are scenarios where Beast wins, but there are plenty of scenarios where Majin Vegeta just makes your life so much easier. So I don't know who to say is better, but Beast Gohan is just like every other Beast Gohan, and that he looks like a machine. So very nerve-wracking. The only way to get answers for how impactful he's going to be will depend on actual use in the game, but at a first glance he looks like top 4 character easily. The other 3 that are above him, being Vegeta Blue, Ultra Majin Vegeta, and potentially Gotenks, hinges on the 2 things that we just talked about. Him not having level 2 card draw speed and the impact of the special beam cannon. Those 2 things are very, very important. I say Gotenks just because, remember, it's a team game. Gotenks is the green card funneling king for literally every team. So we'll have to see. Let me know in the comment section below what you think, but it feels like Gohan Ball Legends in full effect. But until next time, guys, peace.